Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel.
Who are you?
Oh my goodness. Hello everyone. My name is NonnaGrace and I'm from Western New York, and today is Tuesday. So it would be Tea Tuesday, which is an open collab that is put on by Life with Patty and Kathy's Favorite Things. And I happen to have coffee. So
Which do you prefer, tea or coffee?
Well, I like both, but because I can't smell the darn tea anymore, a lot of the flavor is in the smell.
It's in the smell, yes, it is.
And I can't smell it, so I just have stuck with the coffee. Thank goodness I don't have that stinky smell in my nose like other people do, because when I was pregnant, I couldn't even drink coffee. It smelled bad, it tasted bad, everything was bad. But this, it's just warm, something warm I'm drinking. If I were to drink tea, it would just like I'd be drinking warm liquid, but there'd be no flavor. Today, I got a tooth filled. I didn't take you with me. In fact, I said to Jim, I didn't take the camera. I didn't feel like it. I just didn't feel like it. Do you ever have those days that you just don't feel like it? Well, today was one of those days. I went to the dentist, and I got a filling put into my wisdom. It's a wisdom tooth that they filled. I was thinking about it. I might have to have a shot. And then when I got in there, she says, we see on your chart that you don't care for a Novocaine. And so we're going to do it without. And I go, oh, that's great. And I said, yes. So the dentist looked at it and he said it was a small one so he could do it without. So it was great. I had the filling put in with no Novocaine. I don't like the shot. That's the part I don't like.
I found whenever I've had it, you feel less of their drilling and grinding than you do with the Novocaine. With a Novocaine, it feels like it rattles throughout your whole body.
Maybe he's pressing harder.
Maybe.
Because he knows it won't hurt.
Could be. I don't know.
So
Maybe it's just me.
I just let them drill, and you can feel a little pain, but nothing major. It's as bad as getting your teeth cleaned sometimes. Then after the dentist appointment, I came back home and I watched a couple of videos and I answered my comments. And then I had Alexa set a timer for 12:30. She goes, is that 12:30 a.m. or p.m.? I said, no, that would be p.m. So she set the alarm to ring at 12:30 because 1 o'clock I was going to go out to have lunch with my sister Lucy. Anita did show up, but she was late because she had a luncheon elsewhere. And a friend, Belinda, that is from California. She came out. She grew up around us. She was in New York City for a while, but then her parents moved up the road from us, and she lived with her where the grandparents used to live. And that it used to be a chicken house, and then they changed it. They did a lot of work. Oh my goodness, that house, you would never know it today that it was a chicken house. Even though the part of the chicken house is still part of their house, it's a beautiful house now. So then we had a lunch at the Park View, and my goodness, it's a tiny, tiny little place. I didn't realize how small it is inside. It had enough seatings for, I think, about 6 tables that could hold 4, and 1 table that could hold 2. And that was it. And they had 1 server. But the food there was really good. And it wasn't real expensive either. I had the pot pie is what I had. Belinda had a salad that had nuts and it had oranges and pineapple, and it was a lovely salad. And it had salmon on top. And Lucy had a sandwich that was supposed to be like a turkey kind of sandwich, but it ended up being a chicken because they ran out of turkey. They didn't have turkey. And it was piled with lots of vegetables and a lot of turkey meat. In fact, you couldn't pick it up with your hands. You had to use a fork. There was that much stuff in it. And then we had roasted vegetables as our side. And they were very good. Then when we got done visiting there, because they actually close at 2 o'clock. They stopped serving at 2, which is really crazy the business is closed, so they close and they lock the door eventually. But Anita was able to come and visit with us there for a while. And then we went to the St. Stevens Hotel for coffee afterwards. They all went there. And we were there and we were listening to the stories and sharing stories of times long ago. Because Belinda grew up with her grandparents and her parents and us. And we were playmates, and she was more Lucy's age.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my mother, in fact, I said this to Belinda. I said, my mother said, oh, that darn Belinda. She taught Lucy how to go up and down those stairs. There was a step that went from their kitchen into the hallway to go outside, and Lucy never would go any further than the kitchen because she was afraid of that step. Well, Belinda, she watched her go up and down, up and down, up and down, and finally she was able to go up and down. And it was funny. And there was a lot of stories that we shared. In fact, I told Belinda about the time that I was going to go into the barn, and Cheryl, the cousin of hers, and it was my girlfriend, told me, don't go in the barn, you've got red on and that bull will go crazy. You can turn that heater off. It's pretty warm in here. So I didn't go into the barn, and they had a dog. They had two dogs. They had Big Butch and Little Butch. Big Butch was tied up right by the door, and oh my goodness, you felt like you had to keep your body close to the wall and hopefully the door, because it felt like Big Butch could reach you. If he could reach you, you'd have been torn to pieces. And Little Butch was a dog that was left loose, and that dog was a lot nicer. They were both huge dogs. They were big German Shepherd type dogs, but mixed with something else. I don't know what they were mixed with, but they were huge dogs. Very, very big dogs. And that was Mr. Poochie's granddaughter that we were with. And I said, how come Mr. Poochie was called Mr. Poochie and Mrs. Pulse and his wife was called Mrs. Pulsey? It was crazy. But he used the Italian sounding name and she used the American sounding name. And that was my day. And then I came home and I watched a few more videos and I got myself some coffee. This is my second cup actually. And Jim was outside. I bought some pasta too because I had to get some macaroni because we have what I call pasta succo on Christmas. And what it is it's spaghetti, but it's not with spaghetti macaroni because macaronis all have a different name. And I'm cooking it with ziti is what I'm cooking it with. It looks like a spear, but it's not the rib spear. It's a smooth spear. They're different. I have a book of pastas actually. But we won't talk about pasta right now because it will make me want pasta. I like pasta. Hope you all had a great day, but I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.